Hey everybody, this is Steph from the Shorts and Hoodies crew, back here again with another episode of Real News. This is the show where I run down some of the movie news headlines of the past week or so, and that kind of interest me and give some of my thoughts. But for this week, since I was gone over the holiday break, as I'm sure a lot of you were, I thought it might be fun to catch us up on some headlines you may have missed over the holiday break, with a few new headlines sprinkled in there. So, without any further delay, let's get started with our first story, which is Sony delaying Morbius for 3 months. Oh boy. So, this movie has had several release dates already. They have delayed the movie now to April 1st, 2022. So, possibly an April Fool's Day joke. We had a few prior release dates for this film already: July 31st, 2020, March 19th, 2021, October 8th of 2021, and then January 28th of 2022, and now April 1st of 2022. So this movie has been delayed several times. There's no, I'm assuming the reason for the delay is due to that dreaded C word, which I won't say. But it is telling that, well, it could have done okay in January, possibly. But I think the studio is playing a little safe, making sure it's going to be coming out during a time when we can all maybe go back to theaters with the current C word again, uh, raging through a lot of areas. So we'll see when this film actually does release in April. On to our next story. Oh man, another delay. Lionsgate is postponing John Wick 4 for a whole year. What? So they announced this back on December 22nd, that they're moving it back nearly a year from its prior release date of May 27th, 2022. Now it's going to be debuting in theaters. I can't talk, sorry. It's going to be debuting in theaters on March 24th, 2023. And they put out a video teaser to announce that, which is kind of an odd move, but hey, whatever. Um, On to our next story, which is much happier for me personally. Michael Keaton is joining the Batgirl. More old man bats. So this is according to several different of the trades. HBO Max film which is centering on the fan favorite of Barbara Gordon, who we've seen with Alicia Silverstone, but she has not had her own movie as of yet. He's going to be reprising, of course, Bruce Wayne, which we saw in '89's Batman and '92's Batman Returns. The filmmakers for this are Adil El Arbi and Bilal Fallah. I apologize if I mispronounce either one of those names, which previously directed Bad Boys for Life, which is a great movie, and is set to star in the Heights' Leslie Grace as Barbara Gordon. And of course, the great J.K. Simmons is reprising his role as Commissioner Gordon. So J.K. Simmons having a great year. First, he's back as J. Jonah Jameson in Spider-Man, and now he's back as Jim Gordon. I'm sure his agent is incredibly happy about that. Also, speaking of Old Man Bats Keaton is also set to reprise his role in The Flash, which is coming up November 4th of this year. Fingers crossed that actually happens. And it's theorized that Keaton could be playing some sort of a Nick Fury type role, getting a big team together, some multiple movie or overarching storyline, perhaps. Interesting. We'll see what Old Man Bats and the rest of his DC crew can do when the film comes out in November. On to our next story, which is, speaking of Batman, the Batman gets its third trailer, The Bat and the Cat. This was quite a feast for the eyes. The trailer, called The Bat and the Cat, as I said, kind of a demonstration of Batman and Catwoman's team up in the film, it looks like, and how they might be going to take down all of the baddies of Gotham. It looks really, really cool. Also, kind of a follow-up to a prior story that we reported on here, WB is reported to have selected which of the two cuts of the Batman they are going to use, and that cut does include a new major character that we have not seen yet in any of these trailers. That character is reported to be Barry Keoghan. No reports of who he is playing, but I believe the money would be on him playing a certain clown prince of crime. But we'll see when the movie comes out, March 4th, 2022. Man, I'm counting down the days. And if you want to see more of my thoughts on the Batman trailer, definitely check out the Batman trailer reaction that we have here on the Shorts and Hoodies channel. All right, on to our next story, which is, oh no, more bad news. The Rock says no way to joining Fast and Furious 10. So previously, Vin Diesel back in November had put out quite a guilt trip of a tweet saying that the world awaits the finale of Fast 10. As you know, my children refer to you, referring to The Rock, as Uncle Dwayne in my house. There's not a holiday that goes by that they don't send well wishes. The time has come. Legacy awaits. I told you years ago I would fulfill my promise to Pablo, referring to Paul Walker. I swore we would reach and manifest the best fast in the finale that is 10, whatever that means. Well, The Rock has now officially responded to that tweet saying, in an interview, I told Vin Diesel directly I would not be returning to the franchise. I was firm but cordial, and I would always be supportive of the cast and root for the franchise to be successful, but that there's no chance that I'm returning. Vin's public post was an example of his manipulation, he went on to say. I didn't like that he brought up his children as well as Paul Walker's death. Leave them out of it. We spoke months ago and came to a clear understanding. So, translation, sorry, Vin, nice try. You can't publicly shame The Rock to get him to come back. You already burned this bridge, dude. Just let it go. I'm sorry. You don't get to have The Rock in your next film. Unfortunately, that means the last film we'll see The Rock in the Fast and Furious franchise will be Hobbs and Shaw, and who knows how the storyline is going to end now in Fast and Furious 10. But we certainly hope that Vin, whatever else he may be, we hope he definitely gives us the finale that the franchise truly deserves. So, on to our last story. So, it is the end of 2021. So, we do have now our final 2021 box office numbers. And it may not surprise anybody who is on top of the box office for the end of the year. So, as you can imagine, Spider-Man No Way Home came in with now a total gross amount of over $620 million, almost $1,000, but $1,000,000. Shang-Chi ended up being number 2, Venom number 3 domestically, that's great. Black Widow number 4, Fast 9, as we just mentioned, did very well this year, coming out back in June. Eternals from November did very well, number 6 slot. No Time to Die, another Bond entry from October, came in at number 7. A Quiet Place Part 2. Now, that's awesome for a horror franchise, definitely coming off of the success of the prior Quiet Place adventure. Ghostbusters Afterlife in the 9 spot, and Free Guy in number 10. And if you can see way, way, way down here somewhere, where was it? Oh, there it is. The Matrix Resurrections. The film I was definitely looking forward to quite a bit for 2021. Kind of a depressing box office overall for them in 2021. We did get some streaming numbers on the Matrix box office from both theaters and from the HBO Max platform. Samba TV reported that over the first week that Matrix Resurrections was out, they were watched by 2.8 million smart TVs in the U.S. So that's what Samba TV measures, is smart TVs in the U.S. According to some analytics, 1.76 million people bought tickets to see the Matrix Resurrections over its first 5 days in theaters. So you can kind of see the division between movies being in the box office and HBO Max at the same time. We saw this with other stories like, if you look on the list here, Dune did very, very well. Coming in, actually, I'm sorry, maybe it's a little bit, oh, there it is, number 13, coming in number 13, so pretty well for a lesser known property, obviously my favorite movie of the year, but overall, the box office, very much depressed because of the dreaded C word, which I won't mention. If we look at the international box office, of course, again, to nobody's surprise, Spider-Man No Way Home at the clear number 1 position, which I'm sure Dash, my co-anchor here on the Shorts and Hoodies channel, is very happy to see. Crossing the $1 billion mark, looking at $1.3 billion at this point, with a pretty good split between foreign and domestic. Some other items on the list, Detective Chinatown 3 was completely a worldwide box office. Battle at Lake Changan, it's completely a worldwide box office. Some other films that just did not release here in the United States. So you can see a little bit of a division between the international and the domestic box office and who was really on top. But there's no division in who's on top of the box office. That's clearly Spider-Man No Way Home. It completely blew away all the estimates of what the film could do in this post C word time with films, which is really great. You know, it's a great film. It's a great film for people to watch together. And it was my first time back in the theater. So I am, a little bit biased to see a film as great as Spider-Man No Way Home on top of the box office. And I'm very happy with some of the other films that did well, even in a slightly trepidatious time for the box office right now. I don't know if, based on these box office numbers, if any more companies like HBO Max are going to try the day and date model yet again with their streaming services. But HBO Max did announce that their day and date, I'm sorry, the day that they're going to be releasing new movies onto HBO Max is going to be day 46 after they are in theaters. So there's still a short box office exclusivity window that'll be happening for these films, and then they'll be coming to streaming services. And I'm sure the rest of the streaming services like Paramount Plus and whatever are going to be probably following suit with that sort of thing. So that's kind of a breakdown of the 2021 box office. It was a very tumultuous year for the theaters, but definitely glad that they did get some influx of cash to keep a great industry going here domestically. So that is our show for today. I'm so sorry. I'm a little bit seeing all those numbers get me a little glassy eyed. So that is our stories for this week. Thanks so much for watching Real News. We definitely appreciate you being here with us. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can like and comment on this video. Let me know which of the stories this week were the ones that you were following the most. And subscribe for more stories. We've got more episodes, excuse me. We've got new episodes of Shorts and Hoodies podcast every Monday, which is kind of a free form, either a movie review, TV review, or whatever we want to talk about. And then on Fridays, we do our top 10 draft of whatever topic. This week is going to be an interesting one. Top 10 mystery movies. Ooh, mystery movies. We have other shows, trailer reactions that are up on the channel. We've got Level Up from Jared, which is a fun video game based show. He does a lot of fun topics and storylines from different games that he's playing. They're always very funny. So thank you again for joining me on Real News. I have been Stephanie. I certainly thank you for being here with us today, and I will see you guys later. Bye.